Hello, hello, hello. Thank you so much for being here for day 2. So grateful. Just needed a moment to inhale all of you and your presence and your beauty. Spectacular. Familiar faces, new faces. Welcome, welcome. So some of you were here yesterday. Some of you may have, skimmed through the recording or actually participated in it. I'm not sure. Today is a little bit different than yesterday. So yesterday's flow was more intuitive. There was more, my baby's upstairs. He's 2, so he makes loud noises. Let that be meditation, if you can hear it. So today is a kundalini yoga practice. And if you've never tried that, you're in for a bit of a treat. It is actually on the gentler spectrum of kundalini yoga, so not to worry. So Russell Brand, just to put it into perspective, said, of all the yogas, kundalini yoga is the crack cocaine of the yogas. So if you've never done drugs, that's the fun stuff. So it's really energizing. It's really enlivening. It works the spinal cord. It works all the chakras, all the energies, all the good stuff. If you want to read about it, you're welcome to do so. Today, I want to talk about the power of voice. So voice as a metaphor for birthing. So yesterday, it's actually following on yesterday's a little bit of a theme of birthing through presence. So this is my second painting that I chose for the day. I painted that one when I was pregnant with my son, and it just was very an intuitive painting. And I don't know if you can see, but from her belly button and just a little bit lower, so it's like pulling in from here and pulling in from the belly button and pulling in from her throat and third eye, and it's moving upward and swirling. So that's a painting that I painted when I began to be worried about my son being late and all the stories that come with all that. Honestly, bullshit. So I chose that painting because it speaks to the metaphor of the divine mirrors that is as above, so below. That is our pelvic floor, which births spirit into a world of matter, and voice, or the throat space, which births reality into a world of matter. So through every single choice of every single day, with every single breath, we create a particular reality. Are we mindful of what we're creating, or are we creating habitually and not noticing? Are we noticing and not caring? There's so many things that interplay. So just paying attention, giving the body space to actually move and allow energies to flow. So here's what I'll show you. I'll share the screen with you so that you can actually see what it looks like. So what I'll invite you to do is spend, a minute or so looking at this picture. Make sure that you're inhaling deeply and exhaling powerfully. So as you can see through this visual, the physiology of the pelvis, of a woman's pelvis, is very similar to the physiology of the throat. So it's not a far-fetched metaphor to deduce the way that we birth is actually the way that we create reality. The way that we birth into matter is the way that we birth through this way as well. So these 2 points are interconnected through a fascial line. They're interconnected through craniosacral lines in the body. They're interconnected through the chakra, so the energies, where energies accumulate in the body. So lots of ways to interconnect. Yesterday, there were quite a few of you that actually shared with me jaw clenching and biting your lip and wanting to hold things down. The thing is that that is a strategy. So wanting to hold things down and locking it in is a strategy developed from an early age when we didn't know any better and we wanted to basically disappear because they taught us to do that. So shame is a powerful control mechanism of what comes out of your mouth. Because if what comes out of your mouth does not match the appropriate story of the culture, based on if you're a girl, based on your, race, based on your belief systems, based on your religion, whatever it happens to be, if that does not match what they want to hear, then you, as a human being, as a person, as an individual, are shamed and shunned into compliance. It is a very, I believe, intentional strategy to make sure that we lock things down and we lock things in. So that response is intelligent, when we're 4. It stops being intelligent when we're 34 and 44 and 64 and so on. It no longer holds intelligence because all that it's doing is making sure that we stagnate, making sure that we comply, making sure that we do as we're told, making sure that all those things that continue to replicate the failing culture continue to happen. So, and we know this as women too. It's like we know this, the witch hunts and the every single culture worldwide shuns women, shames women, keeps women locked in. Every single culture. If anybody's going to tell me that that's not an intentional act of somebody, I'm not willing to buy that. I'm personally not willing to buy it because we know better. We have the knowledge, we have the wisdom, and yet we continue to implement it. So what does it take to implement it? It takes you. What's interesting is I had 22 people sign up for this session today. And I believe what happened is the invitation to actually use your voice scared people away. So I trust that the women that are here and the ones that actually choose to engage this in their own time and space are the courageous ones, are the powerful ones that are willing to step into their power, even if they don't know what they don't know yet. And that's okay. So because we've been persecuted intergenerationally for thousands of years, quite possibly from the beginning of agricultural times, when men began to own property and animals and the earth and women and children, I believe the interconnectivity of all of that manifests in this moment and through epigenetics. If you're familiar with epigenetics, it's actually real in our genes. If it lives inside of us, epigenetically, I forgot my point. However, the most important point was that we can actually transform it. We can stand at the choice point in the moment that we're in through our voice, through our birthing canals, we can transform it in the same way that we can transform the physical universe through birthing. We can transform through birthing this way. So what do we want to know about today? Okay. So I believe, and through my personal experience, and some of you don't know me, but I've had a lot of, issues and diagnoses, bipolar, anxiety, depression, addiction issues, fucking crazy, all of it. And I discovered that dis-ease lays in our ability or our inability to be authentic inside ourselves. So the moment that my inner voice from my gut goes, no, and now the filters come in and I go, oh, I'm not sure. Well, what will this person think? And what will that person think? And oh my God, I better not offend those people or whatever, whatever, whatever. And now my mouth comes, yeah, sure, no problem. I have now violated my own inner self. I have now violated the truth of who and what I am. So I don't know if you want to live like that. Sure, I'll stop sharing the screen. Okay. Is that okay now? Better? Okay. Thank you for sharing. See, like that's exactly it. It's like you share the truth of your experience in the moment. Perfect. So the moment that I violate that which I already intuitively know is the moment where dis-ease will happen in my body, and it might manifest like OCD, or it might manifest like depression, or it might manifest like hopelessness, despair, anxiety, pick a thing. It doesn't really matter. The body will not, cannot ever lie. How willing are you to listen? Because once you're willing, you can actually become able. But if you're not willing, you will never become able. So how willing are you? That's a choice. So I'm going to quote my quite possibly favorite human to have ever lived and my mentor, Louise Lebrun. To know the lie is one thing. To live it day after day will kill you. So let's not do that anymore. Let's begin to notice, to pay attention differently to the vibrations that are going on in our bodies, so that we don't live like that anymore, so that we don't perpetuate that story anymore, so we don't perpetuate that culture anymore, so we don't let our children continue to perpetuate that culture anymore. So we're going to practice a kriya, which is what the flow is called. Kundalini is a more feminine kind of yoga, just like yin yoga. So I decided to go with a more traditional yoga session today, which will of course be followed by a Q&A after. And so it's one that's going to help us get our energy moving, but it's a slower flow. And then we're going to then chant at the end of it, a very powerful chant. Sa ta na ma. Truth is my name. Truth is what I am. So once we're done and you want to go research this mantra, go ahead. There's Harvard studies on it. It's actually pretty cool. So, you know, if you need the god of the culture to verify. So we're going to do that and we're going to chant, and I encourage you to chant with me. Yeah, I think we can get started, unless there's something like there's a question or a comment that you have or something that you want clarity before we get started. Okay. Cool. Can you give me a minute? Absolutely. Yeah. If you like, you can unpause and okay. Okay, so you need to change the room. Okay, so while you're doing that, then I'll just explain how this kind of works. So when you tune in to a Kundalini yoga session, you tune in with a mantra. The mantra is Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. I see that smirk. So that means that I bow to the divine teacher within. So I bow to the highest order truth I am. So we're going to chant that together. Okay, thank you for sharing that. So we're going to chant that together 3 times. If you know, feel intimidated or you don't want to chant, that's okay. You can hum it. But the idea is to use your throat chakra to actually express. So I'm going to invite you all to sit on a chair, sit on the floor so that we can get started in a moment. You're already on the floor. You can just get cozy and breathe. Notice your breath. Notice what it's doing. Oh, you want the chant? Sure, I'll write the chant. Okay, I'll write the chant in the chant. So, Ong Namo Gurudev. Oh, thank you. Oh. So there you go. You have both the chant. So I invite you to just sit down, put your hands on your knees or wherever they're comfortable. My hands wanted to be down because I'm seeking to ground. So allow your hands to go where they want to go. And breathe into your sacral chakra. And if you want to bring your hand there, you can go ahead. It's just for a few moments to check your breath, to check in with your body, to check in with the quality of your breathing. If your knees are too high, you can sit and elevate your body on a pillow or something like that. So lots of deep exhales. Nobody can hear you, so go wild. The more you actually release, the better it is for your nervous system. It is an invitation for your parasympathetic nervous system to kick in. And especially today, we want lots of exhales. So close your eyes and bring your attention to your third eye. The pituitary gland, which is actually right in the middle of your head. If that's not easy for you, that's okay. Just bring your awareness to the middle of your head, like right smack dab in the middle. We'll take, let's say, 3 breaths with audible exhales. You can go at your own pace, but I'll guide you anyway. So nice inhale to what's comfortable, and then exhale. Inhale. Your throat open, then exhale. One more time. Move your jaw around a little bit. What does it feel like to notice your jaw? Okay, so we're going to rub our hands together to invite a fire energy to our hand. Fire is a transformative energy. And then we will take our hands as they are and put your thumbs smack dab in the middle of your sternum and keep your palms together. Fingers and palm pressing on each other so you can feel this. It's an active pose, let's call it. And just notice what it feels like to be in your body right now. Exhale deeply. On the next inhale, we're going to chant. Inhale. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Inhale. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev. Take a deep inhale and hold. Squeeze Mulaband like you're stopping the flow of urination, and squeeze. But don't close your throat chakras. It's like you're holding the energy, but you're not forcing anything. So let it be effortless. And then exhale. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. And one more time. Inhale deeply. And hold. Oh, on your next exhale, just release your hands to your knees, palms up. And just breathe in your moment. Breathe in your experience. Relax your jaw. And if you're like, I don't know what that means, just slightly open your jaw so that you're not clenching. Invite your attention to release the jaw. So we're going to do one warm up, and it's the spiral. If you have your eyes closed, if you keep them closed throughout the whole experience, that's a treat. If you want to open and look at how to do something, that's all right. So We'll turn our palms downward on your knees and simply we'll rotate to the left, inhale, and then exhale as we rotate to the right. So you're moving with your pelvis. So that's like inhale left and exhale right. Inhale through the crucible, or in other words, the feminine, and exhale through the spear or the masculine. So inhale as a metaphor, the truth of your experience that lives inside the crucible that you are, and exhale into an external reality, that truth. So if it helps you to visualize the base of your spine at the very middle of your pelvis, you can think of it as a spoon, and you're using that spoon to mix in whatever you're mixing. You want to mix evenly while simultaneously noticing where there might be some tension, and let that be okay. Hmm. So you can actually do this every day for half an hour a day. You cannot get it wrong. It's one of those kriyas, or one of those movements that you can actually just do anywhere, anytime, for as long as you want, and you'll deepen it. If you're called to switch directions, be very mindful when you switch, but go ahead and switch. So mindful of your breath, mindful of the movement. You're still inhaling left and exhaling right. So take a moment to regulate that. Trick is to be here, to make quote unquote mistakes, and to let them be okay. That's the trick. You deeply exhaling. And then with your next inhale, just pause at the middle, straighten your body, and just be with the experience. What does it feel like to be in your body? So for the first part of the kriya. If you like to get up and move, that's okay, and give your body a little stretch. Otherwise, you can elevate yourself, but just open your legs. So stretch out your legs in front of you. And just feel your hips for a moment. And then when you're ready, bring your right foot in to the thigh of your left foot. And what we'll do is quite simple, is if you can reach your foot, that's fine. If you cannot reach your foot, just lean into your foot. So you're not stretching to reach. If you're stretching to reach, you've gone past the edge. So for some of you, it might just be right here. If you feel a pull on the knees or your low back or your shoulders or your neck, you've gone too far. So it has to feel comfortable. So for me, my knee does not feel good in this position. So I'm going to move it and keep it wider. So what we'll do is just lean over and long, slow, steady, deep breathing. And get cozy because we're here for 2 minutes. We'll be releasing a lot through the fascial lines in the body through this kriya. And that is a water domain. So if you find that there are tears flowing, let them just come and let them flow. It's just information. You don't have to be rigid here if you want to just sway a little bit or play with the angle just slightly. This is stretching the whole back of our body. All of it. So with your next exhale, you can use your hands to push you up very gently, very slowly roll up. Just pause here. And then we'll switch legs. So bring your left leg to your inner right thigh, if that feels good. And turn your body to the right and just lean over to the right. If you can reach your toes, go ahead, but that's not the goal. You might notice that just as you stay with it for a moment, your body relaxes naturally, and then you can actually increase your flexibility by not pushing. By simply being. So relax the back of your neck, let it hang. Relax your hips if you're pulling. If you're pulling on your hips, you've gone too far. So just go back a little. Open your mouth and let out a nice sigh. Or two, or three. Okay, on your next exhale, use your hand to push you up gently. Just notice what you notice. So for the next one, so bring your left leg in front of you and so not to the side like before, but actually in front of you. And your right foot to your left thigh. And okay, take your left hand and if you can touch your toes, reach your toes. If you can't, that's okay. Just touch your pull through your thigh. Do not overstretch. Simply go where your body permits you and you enjoy being. And then we're going to turn. So take the right hand and actually put it behind you on your low back, just above your hip. And then we're going to turn the neck and close your eyes and notice the twist that's happening in your body. So it's like your bottom body is moving in one direction and your top body is moving in the opposite direction. If any of it is too far, just back off a little. You can keep your hand on your knees and push. It's all good. Actually, that feels good. So I'm going to do that. Relax your hips. Allow this to be effortless. Notice if your body's pulling anywhere and invite your body into a position where it will relax. So it has to be comfortable. Well, not too comfortable because you want to actually get a stretch. And if you're pushing down with your left leg just a little bit, you get some strengthening that goes on as well. This works because it works with a multiplicity of energies. With your next inhale, begin to bring your hand and twist your body and your neck. Let go of your leg and just come to a seated sort of position. And just notice what's going on in your body before we switch legs. Okay. Let's switch our legs. So now the right foot is in front. If you slightly activate your toes, it just feels nice. So reach for your toes or for your shin or wherever feels comfortable. And then turn your torso toward the left. Take your left hand and put it behind you. Just let it rest above your hip. And then relax in that position. Can you feel this in your jaw? Take a deep inhale and move your body back up. Hands on your knees and just notice what's going on in your body. Just pay attention. For this next kriya. You can sit in easy pose. Some people isn't easy at all, but in a comfortable cross-legged position. And if you're tired of being on the floor, you can sit on a chair, or you could do this one on a chair. We're going to bring our hands to our shin. And we're going to inhale as we lift the chest forward. So keeping the chin relatively parallel, and exhale as we move back. So it's like this whole from the pelvis all the way to the chest is moving forward, but you're being pulled from here and back. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Use your hands to guide you on your exhale back. So it's like no forcing it, and yet just flow with it. See if you can flow with it. This is stemming from, well, it's like sacral space and chest space together. Lift the chest high as you can with the inhale, but no pushing. If it's a micro movement, let it be a micro movement. If you're going fast, go fast. If you want to go slow, go slow. If you want to just envision it, you can just envision it. So Kundalini yoga is known for like chiropractic adjustments. So it literally is sort of like the queen of the spine, because it moves the spine in all the directions. And if your spine is healthy, you are healthy. How's that for a metaphor? When your core is healthy, when your core is aligned, you're healthy. This is a very soothing kriya, because our bodies love rhythm. They love rocking. And this actually moves a lot of energy from the sacral chakra, so the sacral space, the womb space, that energetic center, and it moves it upward. Second chakra, its domain is water. So, like I said, we're working with a water element today. Because flow is the domain of the crucible of the quote unquote feminine. Okay. On your next inhale, just hold your body straight, hold on the inhale, squeeze Mula Bandh, and just hold effortlessly. And then exhale. Inhale and hold, deep, deep inhale. base of your spine and hold. Squeeze Mulaband. Like you're stopping the flow of urination. I should find another way to say that. Anywho, hold. And then exhale. And one more time. Inhale. Just hold. And then this time, when you exhale, hold on the exhale. So, and hold. Hold that as long as it feels comfortable for you. And when you're ready, very slowly, mindfully, sacredly, inhale. And follow that inhale all the way to the base of your spine. Doesn't matter where the actual inhale goes, just your attention, allow it to flow all the way to the base of your spine. And then exhale with a just be in that space for a minute. For this next one, okay, I'm going to read this one to you so that we can follow it. Okay, maybe you lie down on your back. Make sure you have enough space to be able to lie down comfortably. And then I'm going to guide you through that, and then I'll move into the pose. Okay. I get distracted. So as you're lying down with your arms by your sides and the palms flat against the floor, on the inhale, you're going to bring your left knee to your chest, and at the same time, bring your right arm up and over to the ground behind you. Exhale to the starting position and repeat with the opposite arm and leg. So inhale your right foot in and your left hand back up. So inhale, left or whatever, one knee and the opposite hand down, and then exhale to the original position, and then the other side. So I'll join you for a moment so you can see if you want to see. Make your exhale audible to yourself. And notice how this is pressing your back against the floor. And how good that feels. We're so used to tucking in our pelvis, to squeeze, to hold everything in one place. Keep going. And give yourself the gift of a powerful exhale. When you put both your feet down on your next exhale, just hang out there for a minute. How does it feel to have had the energy move? So for this next one, what we'll do is we'll actually come to our hands and knees. If you're not able to do that, you can sit in easy pose and repeat the spinal flex. But otherwise, we're going to come to a cat-cow position. So your hands are going to be shoulder width apart. And your knees directly below your hips. And you're going to lead with your tailbone. So that's what's leading. It's not your head. Your head follows, first of all, the breath, and then the actual physical movement is coming from your tailbone. So we're going to, you can tuck your toes under if you like. And we're going to inhale, your tailbone comes up, and then your neck and shoulders come up while your chest is going down. And then exhale, you see the pelvis tilts in. It's like something's pulling you from your belly and upward. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You can push with your shoulders on the exhale to create a bit more space, and tuck your tailbone in and under to create more space. Or you can go very gentle and just move. This is one of the best movements for your spine. Very enlivening. It works all the vertebrae. If you'd like, you can speed up a little bit, mindfully directing the breath. No forcing anything. And only if it feels good. Press into your fingertips, not just the palm of your hands. Begin to slow down. And on your next inhale, stay in the cow position, and stretch from the end of your tailbone. Push with your knees, push with your toes, hold the breath if you can. Pull your belly in. And when you're ready, exhale immediately into the cow position slowly, and then hold on the exhale. Push with your hands, push with your knees, as if somebody's pulling you from your belly and shoulders up. It's two simultaneous energies moving. And then when you're ready, inhale yourself into a child's pose. So just move your hips back. If that's not too comfortable, then you can put a pillow underneath, or just come to a position that feels good. Put your forehead on the ground and just surrender to the floor, to the experience, to the moment, to your breath, to your highest intention for being here. You can put your arms like beside you if you want to sort of cocoon into a ball. That feels nice. Or you can keep them out, whatever you like. Just long, deep breathing. This is a powerful surrender pose. Whenever you're ready, just bring your hands next to your chest and push yourself up. And come back to a seated pose. I really love this next kriya. So what we'll do, if nobody has any shoulder issues, I guess I'll check if anyone does, but if you can bring your hands, your thumb at the back and your fingers at the front, 4 fingers at the front. If you have shoulder issues, you can just go like this. And if you can't do that, you can go straight. And if you can't do that, you can give yourself a nice big hug and still follow with the movement. So I'll just do it like this because it feels good for me right now. You get to choose what feels good for you. So what we'll do is on an inhale, we'll turn left, and exhale right. Inhale, turn your whole torso, including your neck last, to follow the breath. Inhale left, exhale right. Very simple. Inhale left, exhale right. You can go fast or slow, just make sure you're following your breath. Make sure you relax your pelvis, your hips. The power comes from your power center. So your belly button, Inhale left, exhale right, keep going. So this is an excellent pose for moving the energy and the organs and actually creating space internally. I guess it's in the name, washing machine. It's like you wash, you wring it all out. So you're likely to hear some popping and cracking. Maybe even your tummy's gurgling like mine. For the last 15 seconds, see if you can go faster and more powerfully. Without straining. And then begin to slow down. Until you come to a natural stop. You can keep your hands on your shoulders and inhale. Hold, stretch through your arms, hold the breath, squeeze Mulaband, relax everything else. And then exhale. You can bring your hands down to your knees, keep your eyes closed. Take a nice inhale and just notice how it feels to be in your body in this moment. With your next inhale, I want you to open your jaw and exhale audibly. So this will be the final kriya before we take a rest. And this is simple. It's simply shoulder rolls. So you're just gonna roll your shoulders up and around the back and down. You're gonna let it be effortless. Let it be gentle. If you notice somewhere that's you're holding on, that's okay. Don't push. Stay with it. Keep your head straight. And take an opportunity to deepen your breath. And then just relax. Begin to make your way onto the floor. Wiggle when he wiggles out. Just lay down for a few minutes before we go into our meditation. So lie on your back, have your arms by your sides with your palms facing up. Let your breath be soft and whatever your version of normal is in this moment. You can keep your knees up slightly for comfort. They can touch each other if you like, or you can put a pillow under your knees, which always feels nice. And give yourself permission to feel what it feels like to be completely relaxed in this moment. The ground is supporting you, the earth is supporting you. You are held. I'm going to be quiet for about 2 minutes. And you just keep your attention inside your body. Take a few mindful exhales. Begin to wiggle your toes and your fingers. Maybe roll your ankles and your wrists. You can turn to the side to push yourself up. Or you can rock up on your spine. Just bring yourself to a seated position. If you like, you can be on a chair. Actually quite nice on a chair. For our meditation. I'm gonna get a higher cushion for myself. My right knee wants some support today, So I have to pay attention to the time when I'm doing this. The way that this mantra works is we're going to be using our hands and our voice to, be in the experience. So if you just look at me for a second, it'll be your thumb is going to touch your little finger for sa, ta, na, middle finger, ma. So satanama, satanama, satanama. It will be an experience. So it literally rewires the brain and the nervous system. So it takes a little bit of getting used to. So if you get lost, that's okay. Just remember you start with sa at the little pinky finger. And if you remember that, on the next round, you just go sa ta na ma. And the way that this works, it'll be quite loud, or however it is that's normal for you. Normal voice. Let's go with normal instead of loud. Your normal voice to chant sa ta na ma for about 2 minutes. And then we'll go into a whisper. Sa, ta, ta, sa, ta, ma. And then we'll be quiet. So it'll be an internal, what's the word I'm looking for? Reverberation. So it's like you're going to chant it inside yourself and move at the same rhythm, chanting inside yourself. Then after 2 minutes of that, we're going to come back to whispering. And then we're going to end with a normal chanting voice. And then at the end of the meditation, we will just close the yoga portion of this experience with a long Sat Nam, but that's okay. I'll guide you through that one as well. And you don't have to chant if you don't want to, but of course, chant. So do you have any questions before we get started? Everybody's okay? Yay. Okay. So if you like, you can have your eyes closed. If you like, you can look at the tip of your nose and have your eyes just a tenth open. So very, very little open. I like to keep my eyes closed, but for the purposes of keeping the time, I'm going to keep them slightly open. So, okay, so let's just bring our hands, palms facing up to our knees. A nice exhale. And a nice inhale. And I'm going to start chanting. And you join whenever you're ready. Satanama, 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 Satanama. 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 Whisper. Sa. Sa. Ta. Ta. Sa. Ta. 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 No. Sa. Ta. No. No. Sa. Ta. No. No. Sa. Ta. No. No. Sa. Satanama. 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 Last one. Satanama. Inhale, a deep, long inhale. The base of your spine, and just hold for a tiny moment, and then exhale and hold and inhale again all the way to the base of your spine, and just stay here in this energy. Let your jaw hang a little. That might be good. That might feel good. Notice what it feels like to be in your body after chanting for about 7 or 8 minutes. Truth is my name. Truth I am. What does it take to live from that space? So to close this session, we'll just bring our palms together and rub them to create some heat. Keep your eyes closed. And just like how we started with our thumbs at our sternum in the prayer position, gratitude position, fingertips and palms pressing slightly so that you feel your shoulders activated. We're going to close with a long sat and a short nam. If you like, you can hum it. If you don't know it, just hum with me. And if you know it, chant with me. We'll just do it once, so make it count. Take a nice inhale, and then we'll chant. Let your body move if it wants to, or stay where you are. It's up to you. Just slowly begin to make your way to the room. Just didn't even want to open my eyes. And I invite you to stay and share what was meaningful for you. Just pause the recording though. Oh, I almost ended our call. That's not it. All right. How do you feel?